Welcome, everyone. Today, we are exploring the transformative concepts in Lisa Bodell's book, Why Simple Wins. Lisa Bodell is the founder and CEO of FutureThink, and she has dedicated her career to helping organizations embrace change through simplification. The core message is powerful. In an age of overwhelming busyness, simplicity is the ultimate competitive advantage. This presentation will guide you through the complexity trap, that feeling of running in place without making progress, and provide the tools needed to reclaim your time for work that actually matters. Complexity is rarely something we choose intentionally. Instead, it is a monster of our own inadvertent creation. We often add layers of approvals, CC emails, and reports with the best intentions to solve a problem, minimize a risk, or ensure compliance. However, these well-founded desires to improve things often leave us with a web of complexity we can't fathom. Whether it's the laundry decree or overly complex performance reviews, these added steps frequently create more frustration and cost than they provide benefit. Our most precious resource is time, yet we spend a staggering amount of it on unproductive, busy work. Startling research shows that the average manager has less than 6.5 hours per week of uninterrupted time to get real work done. We are losing roughly 21 hours a week to meetings and 11 hours to emails. The result? We are constantly busy but failing to make a meaningful impact, often feeling like we are spinning our wheels despite putting in long hours. To fight complexity, we must first define simplicity. Bodell uses the M.U.R.A framework, which stands for minimal, understandable, repeatable, and accessible. Properly simplified work reduces the number of steps to the bare essentials. It uses clear, straightforward language that a novice can grasp. It is repeatable, meaning it can be scaled without custom modifications. Finally, it is accessible, being transparent and available with as few gatekeepers as possible. If a process lacks these four elements, it is likely too complex. While complexity is the enemy, it is possible to oversimplify. The goal is to find the simplicity sweet spot, where processes are as simple as possible, but no simpler. Think of IKEA furniture. Sometimes the instructions are too simple, leaving out critical details that lead to mistakes. We must strike a balance between necessary detail and the imperative to simplify. We want to avoid being overcomplicated and paralyzed, but we also cannot be so minimal that the result becomes useless. Achieving simplicity requires a fundamental mindset shift from more to meaning. The complexity mindset values addition, believing more features or rules will control behavior and solve problems. Conversely, the simplicity mindset values subtraction, understanding that less but better is more effective. Instead of rewarding the busiest employee for their effort, this mindset rewards the simplifier for their results. By fostering principles over rigid rules, we empower employees to take responsibility and focus on impactful goals. Simplification isn't just about feeling better. It's a strategic imperative with a clear business case. It leads to a virtuous cycle. Streamlined work reclaims hours lost to bureaucracy, which increases employee engagement by unlocking the mental space needed for creativity. This ultimately drives business growth. Research indicates consumers are willing to pay a simplicity premium of up to 6% more for an easier experience, and simple brands consistently outperform the stock market. Simplicity makes organizations nimbler and faster. Simplification is not just a corporate HR initiative, it is a leadership imperative at every level. The most successful CEOs in research projects were those who made it their personal mission to simplify the lives of their subordinates. As a leader, you must walk the walk. If you aren't prepared to simplify your own work environment, you cannot expect your team to do the same. Every manager should view themselves as a chief simplification officer for their specific domain. Our first practical tool is a list of 50 questions designed to identify areas of complexity. These questions act as a filter, helping you sift through raw tasks to find meaningful work. For example, ask yourself, if the company burned down tonight, what is the first thing we would rebuild? Or if I won a trip and had to leave in 24 hours, what are the most important things I must finish? These provocative questions help teams prioritize what is truly valuable and eliminate what is redundant. One of the most popular and effective exercises is Kill a Stupid Rule. This is a 45-minute session where teams identify rules that create annoying friction or slow work down. We distinguish between red rules, government regulated and unchangeable, and green rules, internal policies that are fair game. The goal is to identify a rule, explain why it is unintentional complexity, and then slash the red tape on the spot. This empowers the team and provides immediate quick wins. When facing a complex workflow, we apply the E.O.S. tactic: eliminate, outsource, streamline. First, we ask, can we eliminate this task completely? If the answer is no, we ask, can someone else do it more efficiently through outsourcing without increasing costs? Finally, if it must be done internally, we ask, how can we streamline it through subtraction? We prefer streamline over improve because it implies a mindset of removing steps rather than just reshuffling or adding more. Simplification isn't a one-time spring cleaning. It must become a habit. A great method for this is rapid cycling, as used by Vancity. In this process, frontline staff flag complications, and small cross-functional groups map solutions in workshops. These solutions receive fast-tracked approval from leaders and are implemented within weeks. The key insight here is that small, incremental subtractions compound over time, gradually transforming the organization's DNA into a culture of simplicity. To sustain these efforts, we establish a simplification code of conduct. This is a pledge to respect each other's time and make life simpler for colleagues. It includes 4 key pillars: reclaim the calendar by halving meeting times, stop the avalanche of unnecessary CC emails, empower pushback so employees can say no to non-essential work, and reward subtraction by publicly recognizing those who successfully kill a redundant project or policy. This code makes it shameful to choose complication. The core insight of Bodell's work is this: if you get the work right, you get the culture right. A winning culture isn't about ping-pong tables or perks, it's about the removal of frustrating barriers. When we synthesize meaningful work, free from busy work, with empowered employees, trusted to apply E.O.S. and push back, the culture follows naturally. Employees feel more productive and fulfilled, and the organization becomes more innovative and profitable. As we conclude, I leave you with one question. What will you subtract today? Simplification is a marathon, not a sprint, and it begins with the daring act of thinking instead of just doing. By reclaiming your time and escaping the complexity trap, you can finally get back to the work that truly matters to you, your customers, and your organization. It's time to make simplicity the new way to work. Let's get started.